It's the Cool FM Live Sports Show, brought to you by SSVEC Serving our community, right here on Cool FM Live.
Welcome everybody to the all-new Cool FM Live Sports Show. We'd like to give a huge shout out to SSVEC, serving our community from the Friday night lights to the lights in your house. SSVEC is there when they are needed. Thank you so much for everybody coming back. We have John Berger, we have sports analyst Dennis Baker on the show. Julian, excuse me. We're getting used to all of our names and what we're going to be calling each other. We'll call each other Baldy 1 and Baldy 2 by the end of the week or something. So, welcome back to the Cool FM Live Sports Show. We're here for sharing everything and anything Cochise County sports. A lot of big updates coming your way here in a few seconds with our this past week of all the things that happened here in southern Arizona with Buena and some other schools and some other special opportunities to share some stuff for these young men and women here in our area. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Anybody opposed?
No, I'd love to hear it.
Rock and roll. Good. All right, so we have a former CAC youth and UPSL Premier standout soccer player, Christian Gallagher, from here. His representing the Innovative Youth Tournament, Wings Cup 2025 in Leipzig, Germany.
Yeah.
And he will be with 10 players from academies all over the country, only going to this international event. So,
yeah, 1 of 10. He's an amazing soccer player.
And Christian's he's been at a private academy for this last year, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was at Red Bull in New
York.
York.
New York, I think. Yeah.
He was in Red Bull in New York. So, hats off to Christian. Exciting things happening in his life, and we'll probably see him in the MLS rotation here soon. So we'll see. Maybe even a World Cup invite or something. Nice. It'd be neat to see. Second on the list, the Tombstone Girls with a historic comeback. They were down 10-2 in a real big battle with the Wilcox Cowgirls.
Yeah. And
came back with 18 unanswered runs.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
They scored them, and they started in the fourth inning and ended up winning this game 20-10.
They 10-runned them
in the sixth.
Yep.
So the next stop for them is going to be the state playoffs. Obviously, we'll find out where they all land this upcoming weekend. Will most likely be selection weekend for our Southern Arizona athletes, girls softball. So hats off to the Tombstone Yellow Jackets for their incredible determination to not give in, even when they had their backs against the wall.
Oh, for
Just
sure.
a phenomenal comeback.
Great comeback.
That's what sports are about.
Yesterday, we witnessed at Buena signing day. They had a signing day, and we've got some players here listed that are moving on to the next level, and we'll just list their sport that they're going to continue into. So first off, we have Andres. Everybody knows him as Scrappy Bonilla. He is going to take his talents into football at the next level. Volleyball, we have Peyton Day. Angel Olivares for baseball is going to Emporia State in Kansas.
Okay.
I knew that for sure. Austin Cushman most likely going to join his brother at Cochise.
Yeah.
So they're going to be doing some damage, 1-2 damage there with playing some baseball. Austin's a great athlete too, so he's got a lot of high hopes for him.
Isn't that the kid that wants to be a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Smart kid.
Nate Whitworth, another baseball kid, going to be going on to the next level. Larissa Hernandez, you guys saw our interview last week. She's going to CAC for track and cross country. And Andrew Ellison's going to be going to Pima for soccer. Track is an Armani Ramirez. I interviewed him as well. Mm-hmm. He wasn't too sure if he was going to sign, so he decided that he was going to sign after all. So I'm glad he did. That's going to be cool to see him continue to do his damage on the track. So, and then we have Ariella Enteman. She is a former student of mine at Lehman, and she's a 4-year starter on varsity for softball.
Gosh.
And she's going to be moving on to the next level as well. And there's some other people there on the list. Probably didn't make it on the list and didn't make it to signing day.
We just haven't signed yet.
Yeah,
I know there's
still
a few
deciding.
guys that still thinking.
Yeah, a few were out there. I know Nash Moore. Me and John had him on a show a few times, and we know he's going to be going on to play ball in Iowa. And
he's one of my favorite athletes in Cochise County. He's such a smart kid.
Yeah, very, very well-rounded young man. So hats off to all of those.
Yeah, congrats to all those athletes.
Big time accomplishments there. So, and then we have another person here from Sierra Vista in the cheerleading ranks. Harley Palmer on the worldwide stage is going to be competing in the Worldwide Sports Complex in Florida, ESPN, for a cheerleading world championship.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll bet.
So
that's awesome.
Exciting news there.
Yeah.
Harley
Palmer is the name, right?
Yeah, okay. Harley Palmer. And then 15-year-old Sierra Vista girl Chloe Markle is going to be on the spot with Team USA at the 2025 World Archery Youth Championships. U18. Only 3 U18 women compound division, and she made it. And so she's going to be, she makes it there, she goes to the World Archery Youth Trials from there. And then if she makes that, she's got a chance at Junior Olympics.
At the level that we're talking about,
it's incredible.
She might be the top of all these athletes that we're talking about. So even Christian Gallagher going on to the Olympics, like she's at the she's in the 1 percentile of the 1 percentile. You know,
very good point.
Yeah, congratulations, Chloe Markle.
Awesome.
Good job.
And so we have next we have Bryson Meyer. We want to give him a shout out from Bisbee, the Pumas. Currently number 1 in strikeouts in Southern Arizona with 77.
I wish I'd gotten to see him play.
Now, I can tell you this. There was a young man that played at Buena back in the early 2000s. A lot of people know him and his family from the area, Donald Veal Jr. He ended up playing at the pro level for 10 years. He played Major Leagues Baseball.
Awesome.
And I saw him throw 94 strikeouts in his senior year.
Wow.
And he was a lefty.
Oh, wow.
Just incredible.
Fun. I love watching lefties.
He was averaging 94 by the end of that season. He got Tommy John in college and went up 2-3 miles an hour. So
isn't that the most? You get surgery to
did it right.
fix something, and you get an enhancement.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
Yeah, give me both Tommy Johns, left and right. Get my fingers too.
Right.
And our final big, huge news of the week. Our boys baseball team at Buena High School continues to make history. They have won the region championship, and they are also secured a 20-win season. First time since 2012 to have a 19-win season. So I don't remember even before that when Buena had a 20-win season. It's been a while, but I want to say 80s.
Oh, I was looking through it. I didn't see anything. I was looking back in some really old stuff, and I couldn't find anything. They said someone in the 70s may have done
it.
You
can always go back to the yearbooks.
Well, I don't have any of those.
I'm not go to the library and check it out or something.
On the Instagram page, it said that they got the record for the most wins. So.
That's what I'm thinking. I wouldn't be surprised. That was
confirmed right here. I like it. That's what we're here for.
Well,
see, we're giving you good live
by Instagram.
True. Well, yeah, by way of social media. But our panel was able to confirm that for you guys. So, and with that being said, you know, we put a double on Flowing Wells back-to-back wins this year to secure our victories and get our 20-win season. And we're just now waiting on what we're going to end up with for playoffs as far as the seeding. I guarantee, I want to say, not guarantee, but I want to say Buena's probably going to be top 5.
We were talking to Coach Tommy. Actually, we'll get to that in the interview.
Yeah, we'll see some information from Coach Tommy here shortly. With Coach Baker had an interview with him, and so you'll hear some more about that. But you know, hats off to our Buena Colts. They have plugged in, and they are fired up and peaking at the right time. So
absolutely, what a studly team.
Those guys just they ball out. So without further ado, we're going to jump into our top 3 plays of the week.
Cool FM's top 3 plays of the week. Number 3 goes to Bryson Haymore, a 3 RBI bases clearing double. This is incredible. Watch it.
Drives it to deep right center field, way back, bounces at the wall. 1 run scores. Two runners are right on top of each other, and they will come around and score as well. It is a bases clearing double for Bryson Hamer.
We're going to start over.
Sorry, bro.
No, it's all good.
I don't know what was going on there. Okay, here we go.
And here are Cool FM's top 3 plays of the week. Starting off with Bryson Hamer, a 3 RBI bases clearing double.
Drives it to deep right center field, way back, bounces at the wall. 1 run scores. 2 runners are right on top of each other, and they will come around and score as well. It is a bases clearing double for Bryson Hamer, and it is 6-0 Colts.
That was pretty awesome.
Man.
Next up, Jarad Nunez, Coronado Athletic Club.
Good job by Jarad to fake it out there. Nice fake as he moves up ahead, looking for the first goal of this game. If anybody can do it, we know he can. Even being triple teamed, makes a shot.
Big
Off the near post, the far post, I should say. The inside of the post.
Just hits the post just right. Had a
Jarad
great curve
gets
on
it.
too.
No, that was pretty awesome. You saw all that footwork, but at the very end, he got a red card for grabbing that ball and taking it out of the goal.
Wow.
He got kicked out of the game. For that.
Wow, got kicked out of the game.
Yeah, he couldn't play. Oh, man.
Hey, still made the top 3. Cool FM top 3.
It was pretty awesome.
Probably
That
worth
was,
it.
I'm talking about.
as far as highlights go, it was pretty cool watch. Bryson Hamer. Now, this is the best play I've seen in a long time. You got to see this.
Okay.
To Bryson Hamer, one of those superstar seniors on this team. And he takes a long drive to deep left center field. The outfielders are looking up. It is a grand slam for Bryson Hamer.
Oh my
Grand
goodness.
slam.
What a shot.
Ooh.
An insane inning for the Colts. A 2-out
Got some power. huh?
grand slam
Dude.
makes
Yeah.
it 8-3.
He's been putting things off the back wall all year long. I mean, that grand slam was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But bases clearing double. He's got a knack for the clutch. It's really fun to watch what those baseball kids have done this year. And Bryson is, his bat came alive this week. Right there, what's that? 1, 2, 3. So those are 7 RBIs right there that he just all in those 2 highlights. So
Big time.
look at that. That guy. Well, let's move on to our highlights of the week.
So up next we got our highlights. First up, we have Coronado Athletic Soccer's game last week versus Arsenal.
Arsenal looks like a left footer. Southpaw will take the kick. Pressure on. Nope, now he shifts over to his right. Kicks and gets the first goal of the game. Going to AZ Arsenal, it is 1-0 here in the 6th minute.
See, that guy picked up the ball and ran it
My
out.
goodness, the fancy footwork, the kick, and in that right corner, just inside the right post. And just like that, it's 2-0 Arsenal. Beautiful pass in the center of the field. Takes the kick, and that gets past the Coronado goalkeeper for goal number 3 for Arsenal here in this first half. I don't know if it's luck. He's played a really good game. That ball went a country mile off his foot. About 60 yards, and that will slide in. The dagger to the back of Coronado Athletic Club on that right-hand side. The goal goes into the back of the net to make it 4-0 Arsenal. Good job by Jarad to fake it out there. Nice fake as he moves up ahead, looking for the first goal of this game. If anybody can do it, we know he can.
this is
Even
a
being
really
triple
good
teamed, makes a
Saved
shot.
the day.
And it goes in! Off the near post, the far post, I should say. The inside of the
See
post.
how that ball just curved. That ball.
Jarad gets it in. It's 4-1.
And the referee says, you're done.
Can't
Well,
do it.
the
the yellow
thing
card
is,
for
the
grabbing
other
the
guy
ball
did
and
it
trying
the
to run
very
it in.
first goal of the game.
And that is the red. So
Maybe there was some more.
Coronado will play a
excessive
man down the rest of the
fouls
game.
or something.
He doesn't. He tends to get carded. So
That's okay.
Up next, we have Buena's first game last week against Flowing Wells.
It's like a pinch runner, Skylar Leone in. And that pitch goes inside, and Skylar will race home. It'll be a foot race, and Skylar gets there first. As you hear the crowd cheering him on. And he hammers one, drills it to right field. It bounces in for a base hit. Haymore will round third and head home. The throw will go home, but not in time. And Brandon will advance to second and round second. Stop there. It is 2-0 Buena. Bases loaded.
It's good baseball.
As I said, make him play catch.
For Kai Erlmeyer.
Got to do it.
Takes a swing on a high chopper. The third baseman will throw all the way over to first. First baseman stays on, gets the force at first, but another run will come across the plate in that sacrifice. It is 3-0 Buena here in the bottom of the first. Drives it to deep right center field, way back.
That was
Bounces at the wall. 1 run scores. 2 runners are right on top of each other, and they will come around and score as well. It is a bases clearing double for Bryson Haymore, and it is 6-0 Colts. Of a gun. And Brandon lines one into center field. That will drop in for a base hit. Bryson will round third and head home, and he is safe at home. Brandon with an RBI single, making it 7-0 Colts. Sharp grounder that gets through to center field. Angel will score on the RBI single by Kai. It is 8-0 Buena with 2 down here in the bottom of the second. Wind still picking up. It's a hit and run, and they're forcing the runner to go back, but he doesn't need to. The right fielder was playing so far over towards center, the hit and run still ends up being effective to put runners on first and third with no outs for Buena. And that is a high pop fly, way high. It's going to land. No, it's dropped by the left fielder. Not able to hold on.
Goodness.
1 run will score from third. Omar will score from third. Nate will have to hold at second. Come over here and have a chat with Coach Schaefer. Coach, you can give me some history. You can give me some history about this. The last time Buena had a 20-win regular season, when was that?
I don't remember when.
But it's incredible what this team has been able to do this season. Again, the legacy that you helped build, and literally people following in your extremely large footsteps. And what is it like to see this team continue to succeed?
Oh, it's a great thing. The coaching staff, the kids have done a great job.
Obviously, we talked about there will be a playoff game here.
Yes.
There's not a question as to what will happen when, but seeing some of these players here, who are some of your picks to click when we get to the postseason?
I think Austin Cushman will play really well. I think that Kai Erlmeyer is going to do a good job. Bryson Haymore has been swinging the bat pretty well.
Thanks so much, Coach,
Thank
for
you, Dad.
chatting with us here. He waits on that. Fists it into right field. That will score 1. Kai will round third and head home.
Wow.
Out
He
at
got tagged
third.
out right there. Yeah.
But the run does score.
Yeah, if he had
Popped
just
his
kept
hand, too.
going, he would have got that.
The game was actually an 11-0 shutout by Buena.
Wow.
Yep.
It looked like he cornered that
Whooping.
highlight.
Yeah.
Whooping.
And lastly, we got Buena's second game against Flowing Wells, at Flowing Wells.
The rematch.
Yep.
And it is a bunt. They're looking for the force at third. Can't find it. They throw over to first base. A wild throw over to first. Goes into right field. 1 run will score. The first run of the game happens in the bottom of the third. It is Flowing Wells up 1-0 on the throwing error by the Buena defense. And Flowing Wells has runners at the corners with only 1 out.
Those replays look good.
They're going to catch him in a rundown, but is the runner going to go home? He is, and he is safe at home. The runner advances to second. The pickle in between first and second allows the second run to score for Flowing Wells here in the bottom of the third. And that is a sharp shot that goes off of Kai. And that run scores for Flowing Wells. We know the power is there. And that's a shot into left field as well. Then it gets by the left fielder. 1 run will score for Buena. Brandon will round second base. It looks like he will stop at second as that left fielder is having a heck of a time. Takes a swing. That goes through the third baseman's legs, off of his glove. They will wave 2 home, and the game is tied. Pitch. That goes low. Buena leads 4-3, pushing 4 across.
Would that be brutal?
To Bryson Haymore, one of those superstar seniors on this team.
Here he is.
And he takes a long drive to deep left center field. The outfielders are looking up. It is a grand slam for Bryson Haymore.
Oh my goodness. What a shot.
An insane inning for the Colts.
Like you,
A 2-out
he was playing softball.
grand
He
slam
just hung that one out there and
makes
just
it
mashed it.
8-3.
Way to step up and make
Base
a
hit
play.
starts to cut into this lead.
Now watch this.
And that is a shot
This is hysterical.
in the air to Skylar Leon. They try to throw back to third. We gotta
No,
get out
the
of
ball
way.
comes at the camera. They threw it and hit the camera tripod. Jeff and I had to bail out of there.
The pitch.
Hey, that's
Ground ball to short. Bryson
that
gets
thing
it.
right there.
Throws over to Hunter. And it
We
is
were on the
20
field.
wins.
Literally.
We were literally in the
History
grass.
has
And
been
there's
made
the 21.
here at Flowing Wells tonight as our Fighting Colts get their 20th win of the regular
Sounds like a lot of
season.
Buena fans there too. Traveled up to
that's cool.
right off of Prince Road.
Well, to see that 20th win of the season,
yeah,
man,
of course.
I would have gone there too.
Oh, yeah. We had a chance. Well, you guys were there, so you got to see it, and everybody was able to see it on Cool FM.
Yeah, slightly more competitive game, but Buena able to come up with it. So we'll catch you up with the rest of the scores around the county, but first we have a couple special interviews. It's time for On the Field.
Yes, sir. I had the pleasure of meeting with Coach Fernandez of Buena baseball. You know, we're talking so much baseball and all the good news going on with that. We just saw the graphic right there, 20 wins.
Oh.
We saw there on the highlight our reporter Jeff Davenport talking to some of the people there, asking them when was the last time they remember there being a 20-win season, and no one can remember.
Nope.
We've even had it confirmed via Instagram that it is the most wins for the Buena baseball team. So phenomenal season, coach doing a phenomenal job. So it was a pleasure to get the chance to sit and talk with him and get his thoughts on the season, their best players and who contributed to this great season, and also what they're looking forward to coming up this weekend with their playoff game, hosting a playoff game this Saturday. So really good interview, and you'll get a chance to see what he had to say. Hello, world. This is Coach Baker. I'm here with the Coach's Corner. I got the original Coach's Corner founder, Jeff Davenport, and we have a very special guest representing Sierra Vista and Buena High School, Coach Tommy Fernandez of the Buena baseball team. Woo! Yay! Welcome to the Coach's Corner. We wanted to have you on to be a guest with another Coach's Corner just to talk about playoff baseball and just how your season's gone. It's been really a remarkable season.
It has been a remarkable season. A group of 16 boys and all wanting to play for each other, just have fun, and like I was talking earlier, they made a big jump from last year to this year. Their physical maturity, their mental maturity, it's just made a big difference in the whole year.
What do you credit for that jump in? Was it their heart, their mindset, their hustle? What was the difference between last year and this year, hitting the 20-win mark? We'll talk more about that in just a second.
Well, I think all of what you mentioned. I mean, honestly, because, most of them were there for the off-season programs that we were doing, a lot of sprinting, a lot of lifting, a lot of long tossing, just testing the mind, and that's what baseball does. It'll test your mind. It'll make you question whether you really want to play baseball or not.
Who are some players that deserve some attention out there on your team that's putting the work in?
Man, hopefully I don't forget any of the players here on this in this interview here, but
bring up the roster on the
here we go.
But I mean, I can start from the top, just from the lineup, because it stays pretty consistent. I mean, like I said, Nate, 33 RBIs, 30 plus hits on the season. amazing.
As a
Okay.
leadoff hitter.
As a leadoff hitter.
Sounds like you got confidence from the top of the lineup to the bottom, which is good.
Yes.
And how are you feeling about your playoff hopes and aspirations? What's the future for Buena baseball now that the regular season's over?
Well, I mean, feeling good. I mean, we did a little bit of live yesterday. The guys looked really good. Worked on a few things with the pitchers. Hitters got to see some live hitting. That went really well.
Now, the one game you're going to get is going to be home. But it's also going to be on a Saturday.
It is on a Saturday.
What is the different mentality going into a normal weekday work schedule for these student athletes versus a Saturday game, which will be at home this coming Saturday, 11 a.m.
11
first
a.m.,
pitch?
yes.
This is going to be on Cool FM Live. It's going to be everywhere, and we want everybody to show up for this game. And knowing that, again, you have a 20-win season, 10 of those came at home, that means you were dominant on the road as well. I mean, you definitely had a good amount of wins as well on the road. But to have that home game, to have all the people watching this right now who are going to be there rooting you on, whether it's through their Facebook link with Cool FM or there in the stands, which we hope to have.
Yes, definitely.
We still don't know who you're playing yet because that won't come out until Thursday, you said?
Correct. The play-ins are on Wednesday, so once that gets done, then they'll hold the live bracket show Thursday morning. So Thursday morning we'll know who we're going to play.
Well, we're all waiting to see what Buena's going to do.
You know, it's a passion of mine, and any kid that comes and wants to learn, I'm going to teach it. Doesn't matter the skill level. But most of them start to love it and embrace it. And that's the way I look at it.
Well,
So,
the dream season will continue this Saturday, 11 a.m. as Buena High School will be hosting a home playoff game. Don't know who just yet. We'll find out Thursday morning as all the brackets are released. But you need to make sure that you tune in or show up for this game Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Mark your calendars now. It's going to be absolutely awesome, Dennis.
Yeah, let's get after it. So we'll wrap it up. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. I appreciate
you guys.
Jeff.
Thank you. Can't thank you enough.
Once again,
you,
this
guys.
is
Thank
Cool
you.
FM Live Sports with the Coach's Corner. Once again, want to thank Coach Tommy Fernandez for dropping by and filling us in with everything Buena baseball. It was a really good interview. If you want to catch the full interview, it will be released later on Cool FM Live and Cool FM Sports. You'll be able to catch that out. That was just an abbreviated version. But yeah, if you want to check that out, he goes into detail about his players and their passion and a lot of the things that lead to their team's success. So really great interview. I would go ahead and check that out. That's going to be dropping soon on Cool FM Live and Cool FM Live Sports. Next, we'll go back over to John as you give us our rundown of the things that have happened thus far last week in Cochise County and moving forward into next week.
Yeah. The rundown of everything that happened this week. So we'll start off with Benson baseball. Won 1-1 and lost 2, including a close game, 3-4 loss to Bisbee. And Bisbee's just been mashing. So, like, who doesn't lose to Bisbee? Right. So their record is 13-1. So they had a tie somewhere in there. I didn't know you could do that in baseball. Next up, softball. Lost 2. Won a close game against Bisbee, 7-6. Their overall record, now this is Benson softball, their overall record is 13-14, so almost a 500 team now. Bureen softball, they played against Sequoia Charter School. Their record is 4-6, so not really sure where we're going with them, but we'd like to see them win a few more games. Hopefully they get a couple more. Bisbee baseball, they won both their games. Record is now 23-3. Oh my gosh. 2A baseball, those kids are monsters. Softball, they lost 2 and won 1. Their record is now 16-10. That's Bisbee softball. They're very good as well. Buena baseball, of course, we know that they beat Flowing Wells most recently, and their record is now 20-6. Softball also won another of their games against Flowing Wells. They are 9-18. Now that record sounds really rough, but they started the season not winning almost anything, and then they came back and they've won, I think it's like 7 of their last 10 or something like that.
They won most of their region games. They
Yeah,
have a winning record when it comes to in-region, I believe. Yeah.
and that's the important part. All those other ones are tournament losses.
Yeah.
Kind of like what happened with Buena baseball.
Right.
Their losses were in these weird tournaments that weren't in their division. Next up, Douglas. They won 1 and lost 1. Their record is 15-9 and 1. So they must have tied against who's
Benson.
that? Benson, yeah.
Maybe.
That's what I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Softball lost 1 to Eastmark. Their record is now 23-7, and that loss to Eastmark. Eastmark must be really, really good because they beat them 7-1.
Right.
So Douglas, oh my gosh, those kids, a lot of great athletes.
And we just got breaking news on Douglas. They have to travel to Flagstaff tomorrow to play in to try and make it into the playoffs.
No, that's awful. So
have a good trip. Leaving Douglas at 7 in the morning.
I hope they left today.
They're gonna have to leave the crack of dawn to get up to, because you got a 6-hour trip and you have to stop every 2 hours with a bus driver.
Oh yeah.
Because you got the rules of the road.
feed the bulldog.
So. Well, not only that, but you do have to stop for 45 minutes. So that's probably twice.
Yeah, that's a
on the way up. So they're gonna have a long trip. But
Well,
good luck to those bulldogs.
Good luck, Douglas.
Yeah, crossing our fingers for you guys. San Simeon. Simeon, I'm cool with you.
We went over this last week.
We're getting there. We'll get you there, John.
It's always going to be
We'll get you there.
San Simone, all right.
Sierra Vista, Southern Arizona lingo.
I'm not from here. They lost both their games. Their record is 2-15, so hopefully they can turn it around next season. But they're playing the games are the important part.
Yeah.
You learn about yourself.
Getting out there.
Now, St. David baseball won all 3 of their games, including one with the Valley Union Blue Devils, and the win by forfeit against Duncan. Their record is 11-8-1. Also, softball. The previous week they put up 76 points in 4 games. This week they put up 35 in 2 shutouts.
Wow.
I know.
What is going
That's
on?
softball? Those are not softball numbers. Okay, but they put up 20 runs against Valley Union and 15 against Duncan. Their record is 18-5. So, St. David ladies, I mean...
Yeah, we're gonna have to set up an interview. Man.
Yeah,
somebody in the
we
chat.
gotta get St. David on.
Get some St.
Reach
David
out. Let's go,
softball
coaches.
people on here. They need to get some more attention to what they've been doing.
We'd love to show them some love.
Yeah.
Tombstone, of course, they are just killing it this year. Their baseball, they won their only game against Wilcox, 7-4, and their record is now 18-7-1. Softball, they lost 1 and won 2. Now their record is 15-3. Valley Union, baseball won 1, lost 1. Loss was against St. David, 9-5. Oh, their record is now 9-5. Softball lost 2, including getting a shutout by St. David. Their record is 5-9. Finally, Wilcox baseball. They won a high-scoring game against Miami, 16-11, and lost to Bisbee and Tombstone. Record is 9-14-1. But they're playing against 2 of the very, very, very best teams in all of 2A. I'm not expecting anybody to beat them, but those Wilcox kids always put up a great fight. Softball, they put up 65 runs across 3 games, winning over Miami, Bisbee, and losing to Tombstone. So amazing games by Wilcox softball. That brings us to the buzzer beater, including who is doing that. What are we doing, Jarad?
We are going to talk about the NFL draft.
Oh.
NFL draft. Okay.
This is my bread and butter,
Here
baby.
we come into the buzzer beater. All right, so let's talk about some of the first round picks. I mean, my goodness, we had the drama of Shedeur Sanders and where he was going to land. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We had his teammate Travis Hunter go second. Mm-hmm. Someone traded up. The Jacksonville Jaguars traded up and take him number 2. Mm-hmm. And so he's going home because he's a Florida boy. So he's very excited to be back in the area, and he was pumped up on the stage. Really nice pick overall for Carolina. We'll go ahead and give a shout out to our local boy from Tucson, Tetaroa McMillan from the Arizona Wildcats, getting pick number 9. That's a first round draft pick, I think, in the last 25 years. It's been a long time since we had a number 1 pick.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he's going to put up some good numbers over there with Bryce Young. So, good heartwarming pick. Pretty sad about the young man with the Steelers. He got picked, and then 2 hours later, his mom passed away. But what an incredible draft, first round. So, just a lot of things that we see happen throughout that. We did see Sanders get picked in the 5th round, and
eventually, huh?
and there was a lot of controversy. There still is a lot of that being talked about this week, and we'll just have to see if he matures and if he's open to being coachable wherever he's at. He's with the Browns. We were talking off camera before the show how much is up for grabs in that quarterback room. Because everybody's got a shot at it, even with Shador getting there.
Well, he's never been coached by anybody but his dad.
True.
We also remember that. So, what's he going to do in the NFL? But, there's also someone else you completely ignored, the #1 overall pick, Cam Ward.
Well, I was getting there. I was going to let you lead in. So,
all right.
#1 pick, Cam Ward. He comes in and blows everybody away. I knew he was going to get picked pretty high. I didn't know that Tennessee was going after him. And
rocket of an arm.
Now, what was even cooler about the whole situation is he goes to the press conference the next day at his new team in Nashville, and the general manager's like, "Hold on a second, I got something for you before we go into our press conference." Doors open. Here comes Warren Moon, Hall of Fame quarterback from the University of Washington.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
And,
I love Warren Moon.
An incredible NFL career. Comes in, takes the jersey, and says, "My number's being unretired. Here you go. You get to wear it."
Dude.
And so, we'll see if he's going to honor that. Hopefully Cam will, but a lot of bright future for that kid. 100 and something touchdowns. 109 or something like that. It was an incredible number for the touchdowns he threw over his 4 years of college or 5 years, wherever because he's been all over. He transferred into two different schools, and seeing him just blow it up in Miami that last year.
Where did Scatabo go?
Scattabo's a New York Giant.
That Giants team, I think they had the best draft out of everybody. Everybody's like, "Oh, they didn't pick Shador." Dude, they got the best defensive lineman. You can go right down that list, and they got nearly the best player in the draft.
They even got Jackson Dart.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, is they got a defensive lineman and a quarterback.
Underrated.
They traded up to get him, and they still got probably the best draft out of everybody. I really liked watching the Seahawks, and of course, the Chiefs never draft poorly anymore. So that was really cool.
Tampa went and got a receiver. I was shocked.
Well,
we
more
got
than
that
one.
From Ohio State, though.
Yeah,
he's solid.
Ohio State receivers they have got glue on their hands. Did
you see the guy that we have an unrestricted free agent?
Oh,
the sumo wrestler?
No, what happened there?
460-pound defensive lineman from Florida.
All right.
So him and Vita Vea, holy cow.
Yeah.
No one's going to block that.
Dude, Vita Vea. Can you imagine those guys right next to each other? That would take up 4 linemen.
That's...
You just stick them
You don't need a 4-4. You don't need a 4-man fight.
You put them line them up right over the guard, and then they cover the center because
your two edge rushers can just stand up. It's like, I don't have to get in the stance.
They're going to
take up the middle.
They just get in full sprint. They're not running. Trust me.
Yeah. You get down that 3-point stance, and you're just shooting at the quarterback.
Yeah. So.
Oh man. Okay. So what was your favorite draft pick? Each of us. Who was your favorite draft pick for your Steelers?
I don't keep up with the NFL that much.
Truth.
Just go with the heartwarming one with Harmon, that defensive tackle.
The defensive tackle out of
Oregon.
Oregon, yes, that's right. Yeah, I kind of wanted Derek Harmon. I wanted him to go to the Chiefs.
Yeah, he's the one that lost his mom 2 hours after the draft. So he's gonna be incredible for them. He's very fast.
For a big dude, like they were saying, he's like Chris Jones. You think about that.
True.
That's a dude that's gonna go to the Hall of Fame.
That's a big.
I know. Big shoes.
Yeah.
What was your favorite pick, Jarad?
I wanted to say, surprisingly, it was the first time in 8 years, I think they said it was, a wide receiver was drafted at Green Bay.
No, that's the one that goes all the way back. They haven't drafted a wide receiver. Yeah, it's like really? It goes back a long time. It goes back before. It's like 20 years. I want to say it's been a really long time. I can't even think of a guy that they've ever drafted. They always Favre made every one of his all-pro receivers. Like I tell people, the quarterback makes the receiver, just like Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning. But Donald Driver, he goes on to like where, every one of those guys after they leave, they're all pro and then they're not all pro. Brett Favre made so many Pro Bowlers.
But yeah, overall, I was shocked.
Who was your favorite pick in the draft?
I would say probably Travis Hunter.
Oh yeah.
I like Cam Ward too. I think he deserved to go 1 just because of the need for a quarterback there. But
the best player in the draft is.
Yeah, I think the best player though is Travis Hunter. I think what Jarad said. I mean, the chance for him to go back to Florida and where he's from, and if you saw all the Duval chants, and it just seemed like fun. I mean, his parents were like super excited. It was like it just seemed like such a perfect thing, and he's such a phenomenal athlete. I saw clips of him playing basketball.
I've seen those.
Whoa,
bro!
I did not know he was like that.
Yes,
and just frying guys on the basketball court, and I'm like, okay, he's just really like that, and what I didn't know about him, and I think a lot of people out there don't know, is he's part of that Hollywood, Colorado thing that they got going on right now with Dion and Shador, and it's a lot of glamour and glitz there, But he's someone that puts a lot of substance with his style.
I agree.
Too. And I think once he gets away from that environment, not that it's a bad environment, I'm not saying Colorado's bad because they were perfect for each other, but I think that now that he's in the NFL and he's going to be around grown men that are playing the game and professionals, like it's going to bring another side of him, out of him. He'll be someone that hopefully we'll get to see him play multiple positions.
He's a generational athlete,
which will be exciting because we don't really see that much.
Never seen that. In the NFL, I mean, so I can tell you, like, the greatest multi-position athlete was Sammy Baugh. So all-pro punter, all-pro safety, all-pro quarterback. But then you go on, and then you got Dion who played wide receiver, and so he recruits this kid, and then he knows exactly how to. He's like, I played wide receiver in the NFL. Let's work on this.
Right.
And pairing him with Shador, where he's got a monster of a wide receiver to throw to. I mean, that helps Shador. That helps all the kids on that team.
And he's a game changer, playmaker, really and Jacksonville is a good fit for him because they don't have much to lose right now. So, hey, go out there, play receiver, go out there, return kicks, or
I really
get him the ball
Get
the ball to him as much as you can. Don't just have him out there playing corner and getting involved maybe 2 or 3 times a game.
When you've got freak athletes, you want to see
15 times a game. Yeah.
Barry, every time he touched the ball, it was so much fun to watch. Calvin Johnson was one of those guys. I mean, Tyreek Hill. You can the guys that when they touch the ball, everybody's like, wait, hang on, we got to see what's going on because they could just break it.
Deshaun Johnson.
Dude, there's so many of those guys. Well, I shouldn't say there's so many. There's so few of those guys. Right. That's the real key to this is that you got a Travis Hunter that can just play offense and defense. I mean, who knows what else? He could probably play.
So who was your favorite?
Let's go with it. Let's see if he says something about the Chiefs.
It's definitely about the Chiefs. Hey. They got
folks. I got to get a dig in.
They got the best offensive lineman in the entire draft. And yes,
check this out.
No,
you kidding me right now?
No. The kid from Ohio State, he blows out his knee, and it's a tendon. So he blows out the patella tendon, and they're like, all of his video is like, it's pure. It's the best offensive tackle video, and then he blows out his patella tendon, and he won't be able to play for 2 months.
Is this the kid from Tennessee?
No. The guy from Ohio State. He's a monster. He is like.
I remember who he is.
Yeah, he's really good. He would have been the number 1 offensive lineman pick this year had it not been for that injury. He played half the season. He was just killing guys for that national championship team, and he played against Michigan the year before. I mean, he's a Chiefs
pick
guy
for a team that's already good.
Yeah, to get the very
step in and.
There's no way they could have gotten an offensive lineman. That's the only way is that that was how they got their All-Pro guard Smith. he came out. He had a heart issue, so they got him in the 3rd round. But the Chiefs are willing to take risks on injured athletes.
Yeah, because they got the time. I know Dallas Cowboys did that a few years ago. Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons should have went earlier in the draft, but he was hurt. He was hurt. So
dude,
you take that risk, and sometimes it pays off.
Absolutely, and that's a guy that's an absolute freak as well. Like that's a generational athlete. Him and Travis Hunter, those guys that are such freaks at their positions that you're like, okay, well, you're not going to see many guys like this ever again. So keep note, man.
If you get a chance to draft a guy that you think is going to be a future Hall of Famer,
absolutely
do it.
So anything else on the draft?
Final thoughts? Anything
on the draft?
I thought the Chiefs did really well.
Good roundup. Some of our local fans are going to be disappointed. We didn't mention any Cardinals. We don't have any Cardinals fans.
No, the Cardinals did really well.
They did. Yeah. I'm okay. Like, my second team is the Cardinals, so I can tell you that they did a very good job of drafting some people where they needed.
They had some massive holes that they filled.
I think it's going to help them.
Maybe not as glamorous, but very.
They're
they
one of those
fill some
teams
holes.
that has to get an image again, and they're in the process of doing that. They did well. They have a tight end established in their offense. They got Marvin Harrison Jr. They got another good receiver.
They got another
to help
receiver.
him. To help him and take some of the air off of his plays and stuff, so it'll give the Kyrie a little bit more options. So
I'm trying to pull up their draft and I cannot remember.
That Oklahoma quarterback's looking pretty good right now.
Oh man,
I like him. He's special. And
Kyler Murray is like kind of polarizing. Like I've noticed a lot of fans are done with him, and some fans are a little more patient.
I'm patient.
I don't know, what are you thinking?
I'm a big patient guy because he's another guy that needed some maturity, because young guy comes out of college, just an absolute killer, a really strong arm, but not very tall. He's a scrambler. But the thing about him being a scrambler versus like Lamar Jackson is he's more of a, like we discussed off the air, that he likes to get outside the pocket and throw. He doesn't like to run downfield.
You're exactly right.
And so I really like his game. I like his game a lot. And he's a baseball player.
His feet are dangerous.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He gets out of the pocket, he takes off.
If he puts it together, you're looking at Russell Wilson type of ability. So I'd love to see him. I think he's a great quarterback, and sometimes you see these quarterbacks that have to move to other teams to become great. And I was afraid that might happen with Kyler, and I'm really happy that the Arizona Cardinals have stuck with him.
Yeah. In a league where that doesn't happen a lot, there's not a whole lot of patience in really any professional sports anymore. But quarterback is the one position where, if you show that you have some potential, which Kyler Murray at times has looked like maybe an NFL, MVP candidate, because, when he's great, he's really great.
Yeah.
But, it's when the team's not making the playoffs and you're not, getting a top 5 draft pick, you're kind of in that NFL purgatory area where it's hard to improve your team.
Very true.
The thing about the Cardinals is that they replenished at some positions that nobody's going to think are cool or awesome. But the players that they got have just filled in all the little cracks in the wall. And so hopefully all of those, those glue guys are the real deal.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, that comes to a conclusion, fellas.
I'll say this. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Real quick.
Let's close it out.
The NFL draft wasn't the only sports going on this last weekend. We got NBA playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
And I know Julian Duran is over there.
Come on, you want to say
foaming at the mouth to talk. Can we talk about some basketball?
Yeah, let's do it real quick. Get you some quick things in there.
So, what's your take on the NFL playoffs? So you got an update for us?
NBA playoffs.
What did I say? NFL. I meant NBA.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
Well, Thunder is just looking dominant. The 1-8 matchup in the West.
They finished their series with a sweep, right?
Yeah,
so Thunder moving on.
Yeah, but that game 3, coming back 29 after the jaw injury, man.
That was big because that just showed to me how much better the Thunder are than everybody else.
So
because every game they either blew them out like one big, or they came back from being down 30
Oh man.
in winning that game.
You saying
Completely
a
took their
jaw
hearts away.
injury?
Yeah, Ja got injured.
Ja Morant.
Ja Morant, yeah.
Oh gosh, Ja. The name.
So Thunder moving on,
Yep.
looking like the best team in the NBA, or at least one of.
Yep, and the 2-7 matchup with the Warriors and Rockets. Warriors able to defend home court, even without Jimmy in Game 3.
That was a big time game.
Yep.
Well, Game 3 without Jimmy, but the game that they just played was huge too.
Yeah, just last night.
You know,
Few little scuffles in there.
Yep. Draymond Green, of course, getting in the middle
I
of
was about to say,
Yeah.
was Green
I
in
saw-
there?
Of course he was.
I saw a
Huge.
stat line that said Draymond halftime had like 3 personal fouls, a tech, a flagrant.
That's my Rasheed Wallace.
Playoff basketball, playoff Draymond.
Draymond is. I lived in San Francisco when they were winning all their championships, and I mean, that's my guy. It was Iguodala was number one, and then Draymond was my number 2. You know, those guys were the glue of those teams.
The 21st
You got to have some
century.
tough guys if you're going to play with Steph.
Yeah.
And
you know, there's a lot of people that don't like that type of basketball, says that's unnecessary. But for me, Draymond Green needs to do that for the Warriors.
You want a guy like that on your team.
Yeah, of course.
they're going to
you
be
do.
soft without it.
Yeah.
2 words, 21st century, Dennis Rodman.
Yeah,
Okay,
well,
I'll give you that.
I think he's better on offense. He's a pretty
But
good.
I'm just saying, he's got
Same
that.
type of
rebounder,
energy.
Yeah, he's got the-
defense. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Coach, I don't know how much you want to talk about this, that 3-6 matchup with the Lakers and the Timberwolves.
I'm like, who's the 3 and who's the 6 in this matchup? Jeez,
Oh,
the Lakers
man.
getting smacked by Anthony Edwards and the T-Wolves. What are your thoughts on that? Is it just LeBron too old, Luka too slow?
I mean, LeBron's putting up numbers. He's putting up numbers, and I mean, Luka is too. The Timberwolves might be the more well-rounded team than the Lakers. So
They definitely seem like the better defensive team.
Oh, for sure.
And in playoffs, defense matters. So
Of course it does.
and even in that Game 4, Lakers had a chance to win that. They were up double digits late, but
absolutely
still
make clutch
lost.
plays at the end.
yep.
Anthony Edwards
Ants.
is really
Ants
hard
been
to
huge.
stop. Yeah.
There's 4 minutes left in the Bucks versus Pacers
Yeah.
game. Lillard, Achilles injury.
Lillard,
The Damian
we
Lillard
won't see him for a long
injury.
time.
That's bad, man.
That one
Yeah,
was
I
tough
don't
to
know how
see.
they can come back from that. But I mean, it's a 1-point game right now in the fourth quarter. So
Yep.
But Pacers are probably going to win that series, especially now that Lillard's out. But they're up 3-1 even, without that. So
I haven't
I'm
heard
just
from
a-
the Pacers since the 90s.
hey,
Reggie Miller.
Hey, well, they're not that good yet.
I haven't seen anything like that in a while.
Yeah,
but Jermaine O'Neal.
PG3 was like the last good player. The last time they were good, I want to say.
Oh yeah, Paul George.
Yeah.
And the 4-5 matchup, I think that's the most entertaining series so far in the West, that Clippers and Nuggets. Saw that Game 4 game winner by Aaron
Oh, my
Gordon.
gosh. Did you guys see
shoot.
that?
Yes, I did.
That
The
was
only
Probably
thing.
the closest game.
Local shout out because Eric Gordon from U of
U of
A.
A.
But probably one of the best buzzer beater playoff.
That's the closest I've ever.
Ever.
Because I would have called that the other direction. I would have called that.
No, really?
But the what did they call it? The Hawk system. The camera system.
Yeah.
So it goes down to the highest quality video, the stuff that they use in the Super Bowl. They're using over the NBA, and they caught it right
you
down
can
to the
get the
millisecond.
pixels to
just
see if that ball's out of his
the
hand.
difference between. I mean, it was
my gosh.
like that close. As the light turned, and it was just ridiculous. I was just
But
unbelievable.
yeah, I feel like the Clippers are going to take this series because that game, they were down 20 in the fourth and able to come back and tie it up at 99. So,
and Denver just hasn't been as impressive as they had.
Dude, no team with Westbrook wins. I love
well,
Westbrook.
he's been hurt. I don't even know if he's played.
He's cursed. So him leaving the Oklahoma City Thunder, I think, was the curse. They could have won a championship, and
he hasn't really won much since then.
He hasn't won.
Nope.
I don't. Everywhere he goes, he's on stacked teams, and you can't put.
I thought you were going to say the most entertaining series or the closest was the Pistons and.
That's been my favorite in the NBA so far.
Yeah.
But I was saying in the West, the Clippers and the Nuggets.
Yeah.
So moving on to the East, that 1-8 matchup, Cavs just dominant over the Heat.
Yeah.
Almost as dominant as the Thunder have been. Yeah.
Maybe a 55
Because they've
point
been
win in
blowing
Game
them
4.
out. Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah,
That
you
was
got to
bad.
see who they're matched up next.
People in Miami are going to be fired.
Yeah, I think they were up like 40 at halftime, 39, something like that.
It was not an entertaining game.
Yeah. And the 2-7 matchup with the Celtics and the Magic. Celtics up 3-1.
Magic got one at least.
Yeah. I mean, they kept it close.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Still
Not,
Celtics
not,
in 5.
Yeah,
they're
not
expected-
completely lopsided.
They're
But,
expected to win by 11, so.
Yeah.
and that 3-6 matchup with the Knicks and Pistons, in my opinion, the most entertaining
It has
series.
been. Every game's been.
Every game's
close.
been close.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I feel like any team could have swept the other team by now. The Pistons could have won 4, I feel like. But it's just a lack of experience with the Pistons. Those close late games, the Knicks have more experience than they do.
Yeah. Brunson's a little bit more experience in late game
I love
situations.
Brunson.
He won the
He
clutch
gets to
player
the
of the
free
year.
throw line and stuff. So
His dad played for the Blazers. He was
he did.
He was a point guard. He was so good. I loved him. All those backup point guards for the Blazers were awesome.
Yeah, and to wrap it up, the Bucks and Pacers again. I mean, just Pacers been looking like the better team. Obviously, Dame not being there for the Bucks has been a big part of that.
Yeah.
But
He's never been a winner. I'm a Blazers fan, and he just doesn't
Can
win
you believe
games.
this guy, a Blazers fan?
Dude,
They
he's
don't like Dame Lillard.
no, not even a
Never
little
heard
bit.
of it.
I've never heard of that.
He's always
Well,
been.
if he keeps it up, he's going to probably say something about Clyde to Glide.
Dude, I love
I hate
Clyde.
Clyde.
Never.
Nah,
First,
no.
number
I
one
knew
is
you weren't gonna
Arvidas
say that.
Sabonis, then it's Rasheed Wallace, are my
Yeah,
favorite players.
yeah.
Then it goes to Drexler, and then it goes to Harry
and
Porter.
you don't like Brandon Roy?
Oh, I loved it. Oh, you caught me. That's
What you know about Brandon Roy?
Still
Yeah,
coaching.
Too young to know
That-
about
coaching.
Brandon Roy.
That is the most
Coaching
clutch
high school ball in
shooter.
Washington.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he won a state
Still there.
championship.
Oh, still there.
So-
Career derailed by injuries. Though.
Yeah, oh yeah,
That's-
dude, you're talking to the guy that like nearly broke down in tears. Like he was so good. He shouldn't have played shooting guard. He was more of a point guard. Yeah,
right.
he was like a 6'4", 6'5" point guard. And he was so clutch, just knocking down that shot against the Houston Rockets that won that playoff game. Oh my! Everybody's like,
where he
everybody
came down.
keeps thinking Dame is clutch because he takes shots when the game is tied, and I don't think that's clutch. That's just taking the last shot. No, taking the clutch shot is when you're down and you take the lead. That's the clutch shot, or going down and then tying it up. But when you're tied,
Less pressure.
there's
If you're tied,
not
it's
even the
less pressure.
same pressure. It's a totally different level. If you're down by 1 or 2 or 3, the pressure
I
on
agree.
you is so like you
gotta
can
make it.
Yeah, and
I
so life or death. So life or death shooter, Brandon Roy is on my all-time list.
Wow.
Like him, Bird. I mean,
I still put Dame on there too.
No.
Even if you're down one, I'm gonna put Dame.
he doesn't
Lillard
hit
in there.
anything when they're down. He is the least clutch shooter.
I thought he
when you're
hit.
down.
I thought he hit
That-
a game winner against the Rockets, like
He
Brandon
was
Roy.
tied.
That was tied
That was
too.
a tie game. Yeah.
What about the bye-bye shot on Paul
Yeah,
George?
that was another tie game.
I'll still
All
take
of his.
it.
I
I'll
would
still take it.
Oh yeah,
Come
Nah.
on, that's one of the most clutch shots in
I
the
love
NBA.
watching
Yeah,
that.
but, like,
that
he
reel every
Game
time.
7.
Yeah, but
Come on, are you kidding me?
it was a tie game. I mean,
Man.
anybody could have taken that
John's not
shot.
gonna budge, coach. He's not gonna budge. Stick to it.
I'll talk. We'll talk to when we're not on the air. We'll talk some real
So,
basketball.
that was fun though. I'm glad we got to get. I'm glad
Thank
you
you.
chimed in and
Yes.
brought the NBA
Yeah.
back into it. My bad. I was like, wait a minute, we still got something
No,
else.
it's
we
a
can-
lot. It's a lot going on.
The NBA
Yeah.
playoffs are going strong, so just thank you so much for coming in and watching and with us, guys, and check in with us anytime you want to. We're going to be out in the field. Me and John, we're going to hit up Buena for some. What are we talking? Spring football. They're doing some spring football practices. We're going to hit that up tomorrow evening out at Hampton, and so we'll bring some interviews to you next week with that and see what's going on for the next upcoming season with Buena football. So thanks again to you guys coming back in for the Cool FM Live Sports Show. For John Berger, Coach Baker, Julian Duran, I'm Jarad Young, and we'll see you next week.
This presentation of the Cool FM Live Sports Show brought to you by SSVEC right here on Cool FM Live.